Untitled Treasures. Today, as you can see, this is not Laura. This is a guest star. She's my Aunt Carolyn. And
hello, nice to meet you, new friends.
And she's been a big supporter of the show. So Laura's on vacation right now, so unfortunately she can't be here. She's taking her place for today. So today we're going to talk about tiny things, and we both like tiny things, miniature collecting, and so she's going to show us a few things.
Thank you. Okay, friends. I was trying to think of how to go about showing you tiny things, and I thought it might be fun to put some of the tiny things in tiny drawers. And so to begin, the first category is tiny things that serve no purpose other than the fact that they're tiny and delightful to look at.
Yeah.
So for example, we have tiny food items like a tiny hot dog.
That's cute.
And we have a tiny hamburger. It's also a charm, so I suppose that does a secondary function. Another little hot dog, charm. Here's a little Cupid doll. And of course, then you have things
like a lollipop.
A little lollipop.
I like that.
A little bottle of Coke. And a little can of 7-Up.
That's really cute.
And a little pack of chiclets. And one of my favorites is the tiny little tube of toothpaste.
Of course.
And of course, we all love our little Barbie shoes and Barbie accessories. I didn't bring too many today because we all are familiar with them. That's kind of fun though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then of course we have little things with moving parts are always most entertaining.
Oh yeah, you could also use that for washing doll clothes. Or
yes,
whatever.
you could, and hanging them up. The thing that gets my goat, let me tell you, is when you see something like a tiny pair of scissors and you try to open them and they don't open.
Yeah, that is so annoying.
It's annoying,
Yeah.
very frustrating. That's why this is extra good, because it works.
Yeah.
And then of course you have a little tiny comb and a little tiny brush. Useful. And of course, who doesn't love Monopoly because of the tiny hotels and houses and the little game pieces, right? And this is a tiny little pin that has some tiny little poodles on the end. And now we're going to look at, oh wait, here's another little tiny.
There's a blue one.
Blue clothespin, very successful. Now we're going to look at 4 little tiny containers. Here's a little tiny pitcher, which is adorable.
It is, yeah.
And who doesn't love little teeny tiny jars to put things in? And this is one of my favorite items. It's a teeny tiny urn that actually opens.
Oh, I was going to ask if it did open.
It does open. If it didn't open, not as exciting.
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay.
That's very interesting.
Okay, would you like to put the stuff back in the drawer while I do the
Sure.
next drawer? The next drawer are slightly larger teeny tiny things. For example, a teeny tiny paddle ball. It's not quite as small as I like, but
Small enough.
small enough.
Yeah.
Here's teeny tiny little sunglasses.
Oh, those are cute.
Oh look, it looks like I'm wearing them. But if I tried...
Actually, I think a little kid actually could wear those.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or a doll.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's a teeny tiny little paint set, which is very nice. Look at the teeny tiny little pots of paint and the teeny tiny little brushes.
Definitely.
And then look at this one, a teeny tiny little, what do they call, pinwheels.
Yeah, pinwheels.
And of course your teeny tiny little troll and your teeny tiny little skateboard.
Oh, I like that one.
Which is very nice because, notice, the wheels do spin.
It even has the same kind of rough fabric that a skateboard does.
So you don't slip off. That's right. And teeny tiny little heart. This is one of my favorites. And speaking of heart, here's a teeny tiny little Cupid.
Oh, that's cute. Good for Valentine's Day.
And here's one of my favorite teeny tiny little items.
Oh, wow.
It's a teeny tiny little guitar with strings.
Oh, that is awesome.
Let's see if we can hear it. Not really,
quite,
but
yeah.
it is awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so intricate. Like usually tiny things are very simple.
Yes.
But, yeah.
This one, it has all the moving pieces and even these little knobby knobs at the top of the guitar turn.
Yeah.
So that's that. If you'd like to put the things back in that drawer. In the final drawer, we have the first of our several categories for the day. And this category is called Tiny Things and Food. You can have food in tiny containers, like tiny containers of raisins. Raisins always taste better when they're in these little tiny boxes. And this is if you're healthy. And if you're not healthy, you can get things like teeny tiny little gummy pizzas. And one of my favorite things is teeny tiny utensils.
Oh yeah.
So here they are. I'm going to, when I show them to you, they look bigger.
They look like, what do you call it, the shrimp forks?
Hors d'oeuvres, shrimp forks, things like that. Yes, for hors d'oeuvres. Little, like this one is extra special because it says Florida on it.
Well, obviously we don't know where you got that.
That's right. And they're just so adorable, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like medieval kind of looking.
Yes. This one is, especially this one's metal.
Oh yeah.
And it has little like Saturn spokes on the end.
Yeah.
Okay, and then a couple little teeny tiny spoons. People collect tiny spoons.
Yeah.
And then when you're there and you're doing hors d'oeuvres, it's always fun to have your teeny tiny little sword to stick in the olive.
I can see that in like a sandwich, you know, the real tall ones.
And the sandwich, right? And a special one because it's shiny. We like the shiny.
Yeah.
And if you're doing teeny tiny little hors d'oeuvres, what better than to have teeny tiny Mr. Peanut on the top of the hors d'oeuvre toothpick.
I've never seen Mr. Peanut on a...
I have never either. Yes. So here are these. We can put them all back in.
Very awesome.
So those are teeny tiny things for the sake of being teeny tiny things that don't really have a purpose or a function other than to delight.
Yeah, just fun to look at.
Yes, and this is in the same category. They're fun things to look at that didn't fit in the drawers, but are still teeny tiny. For example, souvenirs. We love teeny tiny versions of like the Statue of Liberty, or this one is fun because the Leaning Tower of Pisa actually does lean.
Yes.
Okay, and then there's another version of teeny tiny, which is actually, it's not teeny tiny. It's an actual shoe, except to us it seems teeny tiny because our feet are not this small. Yeah. So it's an actual real-sized item that we interpret as being tiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so cute. Now, there's another category of teeny tiny things called Windup Toys. Someday you should invite me to show you, and I can share my Windup toy collection.
Yes, we should do that. Yeah.
And I just brought one. This one, as you can see, is a Santa.
Yes, Santa.
He's teeny tiny, but this one is kind of fun because...
That is so cute.
He bops. Okay, and then we have teeny tiny things that open, and inside are teeny tiny, let's see, we'll do a close-up of this.
Yeah, we're going to show you a close-up of everything.
Teeny tiny little pieces of cake that you put on the teeny tiny little plates, and the teeny tiny little cups for your teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun? Here, you can enjoy that for a moment.
It's very cool.
And then you have your teeny tiny little bunnies that have a dual purpose. They can be finger puppets.
Actually, my cats, they love finger puppets. They love to play with them. We just buy a bunch and they just love to play with them.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And then you have, on that line you have your teeny tiny stuffed animal. So a teeny tiny little sock monkey.
Yeah.
And then you have your teeny tiny little anatomical part. This is your teeny tiny little brain.
Oh, cool.
I made that.
Oh,
I used a chocolate mold.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
They make molds so that you can make chocolate in the shape of brains, but I made it out of clay. And then this is one of my favorites. This is a teeny tiny little house.
Oh, that is cool.
It's like a little Victorian teeny tiny.
That actually reminds me of in the Game of Life, the most expensive house looks exactly like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And then the last thing in this bag is, who doesn't love a teeny tiny little chair
wow.
that opens? where you can find a teeny tiny little copper pot. I just put it in there. I thought, what could we put in? And this is exceptionally nice because, again, the lid comes off.
Oh, yeah.
We love that. So I'll just put the pot in there. Okay. So those are those. Let's see. We'll just move this up. Okay. So next, we love our teeny tiny little things. Who doesn't love finding the teeny tiny little thing inside the nesting doll? Would you like to do the honors?
Sure. There we go. Here's a smaller one. Just keeps getting smaller as we go. Oh, and smaller. Let's see, is there one in here? Oh, yes, there is. Does this open? Oh, wow.
Does it? Does
I don't think it does.
Well, I feel that we've been rewarded.
That is small enough.
Yes, we've been rewarded.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can put that back together. Now, what's in this collection here is, if we love teeny tiny things, who doesn't love collections of teeny tiny things? For example, little teeny tiny boxes inside of which are teeny tiny rabbits.
I think I've seen those before. They have like the velvet on
Yeah, they're a little furry.
Yeah.
And then another teeny tiny little, this is fun. A teeny tiny little thing that has teeny tiny little shoes.
Oh,
all filled with teeny tiny little shoes. And then the last little teeny tiny collection like that, I have the category keychains, buttons, and charms. Like, for example, this keychain is a teeny tiny little Swiss Army knife, which is your basic Swiss Army knife, but it also has the teeny tiny little pair of scissors.
So very useful, but very cute at the same time.
Cute, and it actually cuts.
Yeah.
Here.
We'll try it. Oh yeah, it does cut.
Here, would you like to finish cutting that?
Sure.
And then just your basic decorative keychains that are little worlds. And your different charms that are, for example, shaped like a foot. Or this is a little teeny tiny little magnifying glass. It's like, oh, isn't that teeny tiny? And then your little basic little charms and buttons that look like keys or teapots.
Your keys are my personal favorite.
Are they?
Yeah.
Aren't those wonderful?
They are.
Okay. You would like to put those back in.
Yeah.
Then, little sun. And of course, my favorite keychain of all time is a teeny tiny little ray gun, which...
Oh, it does make sound. Definitely.
You can try it out. And then my other my other favorite thing is you have your keychain and then you say, oh, I need a knife. Well, let me take my one key that's actually a knife. I got it here. Okay, so you would like to close those up. And then who doesn't love a teeny tiny little bag with a teeny tiny little nativity set in it?
Yeah.
And who doesn't love something called a bag o' cats? Let's see what's in the bag o' cats.
Yeah. We can get it out. Oh, there. That is awesome.
Yeah. Bag of cats.
Yeah, and shoes. That is cool.
Yes. There, if you would like to enjoy those, I'll put them back in. And then finally, 2 larger containers filled with teeny tiny things. For example, who doesn't love a container filled with teeny tiny bears?
Oh, wow.
I know. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Just enjoy. Feast your eyes upon this. Isn't that a lovely feeling?
Yeah. I know there's someone watching this. Like, I really want to touch those right now.
Oh, I know. Why don't you touch them for the person watching?
It's very velvety.
And then we have a collection of modes of transportation.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a collection that includes your basic tugboats, airplanes, cars, and smaller cars, and tanks? you know.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Your modes of transportation are not complete without the tanks.
Yeah.
Okay, if you would like to look at any of those before we close them up. Okay, and now we're about half done. We're entering the new topic called useful versus not useful. For example, we have our people that collect hands. Here is it's a hand. It's not very useful.
I don't know what you'd use it for. You could put a ring on it, I guess.
You could, or I don't know, but it's pretty fun, isn't it? Because it's tiny.
Yeah.
So now this is not useful except in the pure enjoyment factor.
Yeah.
But these are useful, these hands, because they're salt and pepper shakers.
Oh, they are.
See the holes? There we go. Salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah.
So useful versus non-useful. That's our next topic.
Okay.
Well, we already looked at the non-useful, purely enjoyable tiny things, so we're going to just investigate useful tiny things right now.
Yeah.
For example, who doesn't love a useful salt and pepper shaker that actually has a tiny little pepper mill?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I need that.
That's right. That's a fun little... And who doesn't love... Guess what's in this bag? Salt and pepper shakers. Who doesn't love salt and pepper shakers shaped like small pieces of fruit or vegetables?
Oh, that's my favorite so far.
Is it really?
With
the salt and
shake,
pepper
yeah.
shakers, yes. And who doesn't love beautiful little salt and pepper shakers shaped like teapots?
Yeah.
And teapots and glass glass bottoms.
Yeah.
And who doesn't love the salt and pepper shaker shaped like teapots that sits on a little plate and says Gettysburg?
Oh, so you went to Gettysburg?
No, somebody did.
Okay. So you got
and
from them.
ended up at a rummage sale.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those are delightful.
Yeah.
And I take it you've gone to Gettysburg.
I have, yes, when I was about 4 or 5.
Do you remember it?
I do not know.
Did you get a souvenir like the Gettysburg salt and
I
pepper
think I
shakers?
did. Well, not like that, but I did, but it's lost somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then the last item of useful salt and pepper shakers are, who doesn't love salt and pepper shaped like cowboy boots?
Yeah.
That say Las Vegas. Okay. If you would like to put the salt and pepper shakers back in, we have another bag called Useful, and we're winding up. I was getting things ready for today's sharing of fun things, and I was putting some things in little bags, and I thought, why not just share the fact that teeny tiny Ziploc bags exist?
Oh, yeah.
I love teeny tiny Ziploc bags.
Yeah, I think we have some of those.
Yes.
Not exactly the same.
People put herbs in them or whatnot, and we like putting tiny things in them.
Yeah.
So this is useful to a certain extent. It's a teeny tiny little teapot shaped like a taxi cab.
Oh, yeah.
Teeny tiny little bottle, that could be useful.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that a fun shape?
Yeah.
I love things that have fun and unusual shapes as well. Okay. Teeny tiny books. Who doesn't love teeny tiny books?
Oh,
This
yeah.
one is a French dictionary.
French
English,
dictionary. So,
English to French.
Yeah.
So you can actually look up some
I think it's right.
words. This is a little teeny tiny book that tells Christmas recipes. It's a little cookbook.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't love that?
Yeah.
And who doesn't love the gift from Lucia's family to Aunt Carolyn of a teeny tiny book made from elephant dung?
Yeah. I have one of those. Yes.
The actual paper is made from the poo of an elephant.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love this? Okay. And useful,
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
hotel size, teeny tiny little, and of course, the teeny tiny little lamp, which
oh,
is
yeah. It
useful.
actually does work.
Useful, yes.
I've had a few of those.
Okay, and I'm saving the best one for last.
Okay.
The teeny tiny little Guatemala worry dolls. We all know what those are, don't we? If you don't, they are little teeny tiny dolls.
Oh, yeah. See right there?
If you would like to look at these and put them back in, I'll read the little thing. Guatemala worry dolls. According to legend, Guatemalan children tell one worry to each doll when they go to bed at night and place the dolls under their pillow. In the morning, the dolls have taken away their worries.
Where'd you find that?
It was in the box with the Guatemalan worry dolls. So these are useful.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is useful. It's a little robot.
Oh yeah.
That's also a flashlight.
Oh, okay.
And the neat thing about it is you can charge it up yourself. There's no batteries.
Oh, cool.
You crank it to make the energy. Would you like to enjoy that? And then my two favorite useful things. What? This little skunk is useful? Why, yes it is, because not only is it a skunk, it is
a
lighter.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And where does the flame come out? That's particularly funny.
Yeah.
And my favorite of all is the teeny tiny little vacuum.
The vacuum. And it actually works.
It actually works. It's a vacuum.
So it's good if you just need to get crumbs off the table or something.
It's on the box. It said a vacuum for a computer keyboard.
Oh, okay.
And the best part about it is it has, you can change the attachment from the little brush to the little corner grabber.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, fun.
That is awesome.
That is. Okay, so there's our useful items.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have one category left before we're done.
Okay.
Before the last category. And this category, it's called It's a Matter of Degree, meaning small, smaller, smallest. Let's start with your basic guy.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, and nice, small, smaller.
Oh, yeah.
Big, little. And then here's a particularly fun one. Small.
Oh, that is cool.
Smaller.
Oh, yeah, smaller.
Smallest. This one's not satisfactory or pleasing because the wheels don't go around, but it is pleasing in the fact that
it's so small. How
so small.
ever?
That's right. Well, the skateboard, those wheels went around, you know. Okay, so then we're all familiar with the cup and ball game.
Oh, yeah.
But are you familiar with the teeny tiny cup and ball game?
Yeah. I've never been good at that sort of thing. Oh, wow, you did
Look
it.
at that.
Yeah.
And this is a fun one. You don't see too many of these little teeny tiny candelabras.
Oh, yeah.
Ceiling
You can even get probably miniature candles.
Yes. Yeah. And then, so that's small, and that's small.
Yeah.
And then even smaller.
Even smaller.
It's all a matter of degree. Small, smaller, and smallest. And then this one. Now we all know your medium size cocktail umbrella, right?
Oh yeah.
So that's that. We're all familiar with that.
We've all had a bunch of those.
But are you familiar with this size umbrella?
I've never seen that before, I don't think.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
And then this is the smallest umbrella you will ever see. It doesn't open or close.
Oh, that's definitely like for a dollhouse.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
And then we've got your basic
Rubber
duck.
Yep.
Taking it out of the tiny Ziploc bag. A smaller rubber duck.
Oh yeah.
And then an even smaller rubber duck that's shaped like a little double duck.
Yeah, double duck.
Small, smaller, smallest.
Yep.
It works well with little baby dolls too. We've got, I bet, this is so much fun. Little baby doll, small,
Yeah.
smaller.
Smaller. I think I know what's coming here. Even smaller.
Even smaller.
Even smaller.
Oh. And there were some pigs. I don't know where they are. That's okay. You get the idea.
Yeah.
And then we have
The regular size.
a regular size, spelling out the word.
Yep. Fun.
And we have the little teeny tiny
Oh,
ones.
I love that. That's awesome.
Spelling out the word fun, so you have fun. Fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's.
I know. It's great. Okay, we're almost done. Oh, here are the pigs. Might as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've ever seen such tiny pigs.
I don't think I ever have.
We
I might
have-
have seen the biggest one.
The Animal Farm size, and then smaller, and then three teeny.
Oh, the 3 one. They're so small.
They're so small. Okay, and now we are on our last category,
Okay.
which is still a matter of degree. Well, here is a tiny Jello mold, and I don't have a larger one to show you, but isn't that just
Yeah.
Jello mold or, chocolate mold, whatever. This one was particularly fun. This Jello mold. Oh, let's do it like nesting
yeah.
dolls.
We'll do it like
Jello mold,
Yep.
Jello mold,
Smaller.
Jello mold.
Smaller. Wow. I know.
Okay, and now, as a matter of fact, we have one more tiny thing. Oh, wait, forgot this. Jello mold, Jello mold.
Oh, yeah.
I know, it goes great. And now,
That would definitely be good for like a tea party or something.
it would be.
Yeah.
And now I have something to say that is very serious, and it's
Okay,
a matter
I'm
of great
serious here.
importance.
Yeah.
We love our tiny things, but we can't ignore another category of
Oh,
enjoyable
yes.
items. Do a transition into the end of my presentation to say, let's not forget the opposite of tiny, which is the Jello molds that are shaped like
Oh, yeah.
Coins.
Jumbo.
Jumbo! Now I don't have such a big jumbo collection,
Yeah,
but I
you do
brought,
actually.
I brought a couple things like, for example, isn't that fabulous? Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
that. Here, enjoy that. And one final item to share with you to celebrate tiny fish food. Could you hold this for a second?
Sure.
We're ending our presentation here with the tiniest fish food container. And we're going to celebrate the largest fish food container.
It's like the exact same thing.
It is the same thing. And that's the end of this presentation
Well,
of
that-
tiny and ending with large.
Yeah, that was awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I did.
Me too.
But I just have a few things to show. I mean, it's probably very boring compared to what she put out there. But it's just a little bit of my collection. I just like to collect a few tiny things.
I would love to see.
Okay, so let's get that. Okay, so we have just a little tiny charm here. It's a little bird. And then
Nice.
we've got a little kitchen set, which we have like the flour and we have muffins and a rolling pin and some eggs. So you got that there.
Nice. Very nice.
And then we have sort of the same thing. It's a bowl with a little
Oh.
thing, which actually would work with a little tiny thing.
Whisk.
Yeah, with some eggs in there. Little eggs.
It's so cute.
Yep, and then this is an eraser. It's a little piece of cake. I have a whole, it's the whole cake, but just thought I'd show you one. And this is something I made. It's a lightsaber blade.
Oh,
Yep, I made it out of clay. The clay you can, bake.
that's
So we got that.
awesome.
Yep, and then I have a few more erasers. We have a pumpkin, of course, and some flowers. And I have a few more, but we don't have time for that.
Nice.
So I hope you enjoyed this. thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It has been an honor.
I would definitely put you in the category of collector. I definitely would.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was very awesome. Yeah, so I have a little gift for you. It's nothing elaborate, but since we're in the mood of a tiny thing, you know, we have our mugs here. She had it over there.
It's an honor to drink from this very one.
There you go. It's Laura. But I have a little miniature mug for you. It's the Tailored Treasure mug. Now, it's not white like ours, but I couldn't find white. So it's blue with the Tailored Treasures mark on it.
This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. This beats everything. Yeah. Thank you. That's so adorable.
There you go. So you can drink a drop of water.
Oh, that is so nice. And you know what? I have a gift for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't have to give me anything. Giving me on the show is enough.
Well, first of all, the one thing that you explained the biggest about, these are yours. Because you said that. And also, now, I have a Tailored Treasure for you.
Oh, wow.
It's a treasure box.
Thank you so much.
And if you would like to open it.
Okay. Open it.
No, you don't. That doesn't do anything.
Oh, wow.
Inside.
Look at this.
Do you remember?
Twinkies.
Do you remember the show where Lucia said she's never tasted Twinkies?
Yeah, if you really like Twinkies and you want to pay $60, hey, you'll have them, you know. Honestly, I don't think I've ever had a Twinkie in my whole life. Yep, look at that.
Now there's one for Laura too.
Yes, I will give this to her when she gets back.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll try not to eat these. Yeah, well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. This has been a delight.
Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new about tiny things. And now to the riddle from last week.
Oh, that you did the last week.
Yeah, the answer.
Okay.
It was 12 cubes will be painted red on 2 sides only. So there's the answer, if you were wondering.
Okay.
Yep. So she's going to read the next one since Laura's not here.
Okay, this is called Calendar Confusion. Buzzy showed up for work on Monday only to discover that his delivery truck was in the shop for maintenance. He was told it would be ready 2 days after, the day before, the day after tomorrow. On what day can Buzzy expect the truck to be back on the road?
So there, you can think about that. And I hope you get it. And in the comments, let us know what you think the answer is. And now it's time for the treasure box. Okay, so you never noticed.
No, I'm worried.
Okay, I didn't make it too weird. So.
Okay.
So here we have Laura's personal box.
Oh.
This is my personal box. They're acting things.
Okay.
And then here we have some challenges, not too hard.
Not too hard.
They're just for one person. And then this one is challenges, but we both have to do the same thing and see who wins. So you can pick.
Let's do one of those.
Okay. Okay.
Challenge. We both have to do the same thing to see who wins.
Yeah, I think we've done this before, but we're just gonna redo them with us both doing it.
Okay.
Okay. Stand on one leg.
Oh.
So whoever stands on one leg the longest wins.
How long is your movie here?
Well, I guess we'll do it for a minute. Whoever
Okay.
can stand for a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1 tick tick. 2 tick tick. 3 tick tick. 4 tick tick. 5 tick tick. 6 tick tick. 7 tick tick. 8 tick tick. 9 tick tick. 10 tick tick. 11 tick tick. 12 tick tick. 13 tick tick. 14 tick tick. 15 tick tick. I'm not gonna tick 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 anymore. Okay, 15.
You want to call it a tie?
Sure.
It's
we'll
a
do
tie.
that. We tied. Better.
Okay.
All right. Well, please subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Nice meeting you, new friends.
And thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Bye. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that episode. If you want to watch a previous episode, click up here. And if you want to watch a random episode, click right here. And if you want to subscribe, click right here. Please do subscribe because we need subscribers. So make sure to tune in.